Today we kick off our Made in the DMV week, where we feature companies in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia that make their own products.
Today, Holly has traveled to Winchester, Virginia to learn more about the Henkel Harris company. Holly, good morning.
Good morning, and I love stories like this. Stories that are started by a family, small time, and then they grow big time, and they're still big time in our area. And that is one of the big reasons that we came to Henkel Harris Furniture, which started in the basement of the Henkel's home in 1946. Bill Henkel is the owner and president and the son of the founders. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And this is such a great story. Kind of give everybody a little idea of real quickly, like, how far you guys came in a relatively short amount of time.
Well, it doesn't seem that short amount of time, 60-odd years, but, you know, like you say, it was 1946. It was the Apple Blossom Festival, first festival of Apple Blossom after World War II. And I guess my father had a little bit too much to drink. He had been working for Pittsburgh Steel as a chemical engineer before the war, and he went to Edgewood Arsenal during the war. And when he came back, he decided that he didn't want to work in the steel industry anymore, and furniture was something that he had an interest in, and that's how they got started.
So he literally made his first corner cabinet, right, in his basement?
He made a corner cabinet in the basement of my mom's house, and you would think an engineer would know what he's doing, but he never sized the door to the corner cabinet, and they couldn't get it out of the house.
That's the old measure twice, cut once, right?
It is, and he cut twice. He actually removed the doors of the corner cabinet and put it on a bandsaw and cut it right down the middle, took it out of the house, glued it back together, rehung the doors, and they sold it down in D.C.
And as the years progressed, you guys became very popular. You've grown into this huge warehouse that you have now. When your father passed away, many people told your mother to get out of the furniture business. She persevered and stayed in, and you guys are still going strong.
They did. They told her, well, it wasn't a woman's world, and she proved them wrong.
Love women like that.
Absolutely.
And kind of give us an idea of your production facility today.
Well, we have about 300,000 square feet under roof. You're looking at the rough end right now with the rip saws where we rip things to size. We have a matching table down here where we match grain patterns so that when the boards are glued back together, it looks more like a solid piece.
Right. Well, in fact, we want to start people through the process because it's a big process to start with a piece of wood and make it into a fine piece of furniture. Carl Kopp is the rough mill supervisor. Good morning. And let's see, you haven't been working here that long, Carl. How long have you been working here?
November of this year, I'll be here 45 years.
Only 45 years. How about that? In fact, I understand that most of the employees here have worked about 30 years or so.
Exactly.
That's a testament to the family. Okay, I want to get through a part of the process. Tell me what we're looking at here.
Well, what we're doing is we're taking the lumber that's already been cut. We have a routing system. And all this lumber is being cut for a specific part that goes in our different styles of furniture. And what the girls are doing is they're taking this lumber and looking at it and taking the defects out of it and laying the good sections back. And then we'll take our big case tops and end panels and stuff that are real wide. What we do is we move them down to a matching table.
Let's move on down to the matching table. And as we do that, Bill, I love the fact that they told your mom that it wasn't women's business, and we got two women working the saw over there.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, her board of directors were all men, and they were all, you know, big men here in the Winchester area.
They were old school, is what you were saying.
They were old school, and they just thought there was no room for a woman managing a company.
And so let's move on to another woman working on the floor. And Carl, tell me a little bit about the color matching here that you were referencing.
What we do is after the lumber leaves the rip saws up there, and then we take most of the defects out of it, what we do is we lay it down here and put the boards back together, and we match them for color and grain, so you get a really high quality piece of furniture. We don't just slap things together.
Right, right.
We handle all of our pieces a lot in here just to try to get the matching. You'll notice what we do after we match it, we put a mark on it, and then it's sent down to the glue reels, and the glue reels are keep it back together, so it's a matched panel.
An amazing method to the madness, right?
Yes, it is.
MyFoxDC.com is our website. We have a link to Henkel Harris Furniture and their website if you want to find out more specifically about the different lines of furniture that they make and what's available and how you can go about getting them. Since we've only started the process, though, coming up in our next hour, we're going to move on to a little bit of carving and assembly as we kick off our Made in the DMV week. Back to you all in the studio.
It's always great to see you. A lot of hidden treasures out there.
Sure is.
All right, thanks, Holly. It is 7:55 now on this Monday morning. After 8, we're going to take a closer look at 7 little-known credit card perks that could save you some big money.
I like that. We will also introduce you to a local teacher who went above and beyond.